It's Ash from SuperVideos back for another video for The Walking Dead, The Ones Who Live. We have pretty interesting key art poster that was recently not officially released but leaked online, which we're going to take a look at. There are some very interesting details in this key art that I do want to talk about. And of course, we have another very quick teaser like the last two teasers that we got. This one, of course, is official and it features the phone with the Michonne and Judith carving on it. So we're going to take a look at that quickly. And last but not least, we're going to look at the official budget reveal for season 1 of the series. So stay tuned. We'll be right back to break this down. Alright, as always, before we dive into it, smash the like button, subscribe to join our community, and press the bell to be notified when I upload on the channel. With that said, let's dive right into it. So this is the leaked key art poster right here. Again, this is not official. I don't know how it came out or how it was leaked, but it was leaked. This is it right here. Assuming that we're gonna get the official one in the next few days. It just leaked a few days earlier. Now, obviously, there is a lot of hype around the trailer. The trailer is definitely going to be released this week. If not this week, then next week. We're only weeks away from the premiere and we don't have a trailer. So I'm assuming that it will be released pretty soon here. But taking a look at the key art, we have Michonne and Rick, and what we notice right away is that Rick is wearing a CRM uniform, which is definitely super intriguing and interesting. We've always thought about Rick being a soldier at some point for the CRM, but we never got confirmation or a tease about it until now. And of course, Michonne is wearing a uniform similar to the one she was wearing when we saw her in the post-credit scene of the series finale. It's the same type of unique leather in that cameo scene that she was in. But not much else to break down. I mean, we have the title card, Walking Dead, The Ones Who Live, on AMC and AMC Plus. Not much more. Of course, the biggest thing out of this particular key art is that Rick will for sure be a CRM soldier at some point. There's a possibility that he's going to lose that privilege of being a soldier at some point because of something that he might have done, but there's also a chance that it's the opposite, where he gains the privilege to become a CRM soldier by the end of the first season. Of course, there were some leaked behind the scenes photos of Rick wearing the CRM uniform, and it was like a photo shoot. Now, of course, we know that the photo shoot was likely for this particular key art that we see right here. Next, let's take a quick look at the teaser. We have a very quick teaser, like 10 seconds, I think, and it's similar to the previous two where it's very cryptic. The first one was of the CRM soldier breaking into someone's apartment. The second one was of Rick, where we only see like part of his legs and his boots, and he walks out of frame. And of course, this is the third one. We see the Michonne and Judith carving on the iPhone that we actually saw in Michonne's final episode. She was the one that found that, but it's not Michonne who's holding it here. I think that's Rick. I think this is before Rick loses that phone. I think this is Rick holding it. Somehow he's going to lose that phone and it's going to end up where Michonne found it. Now, thinking back, actually, we know exactly how he lost it. In his cameo scene in the series finale, he was captured by the CRM, and right before he was captured, he put his boots, this phone, and other things in a bag and threw it onto a ship. And that ship obviously sailed away, and it ended up being where it was when Michonne found it. And of course, this is teasing again that Michonne is looking for Rick. Rick lost the phone, Michonne found it, and all of that. Now let's talk about the official budget reveal for season 1 of The Walking Dead, The Ones Who Live. The budget per episode is $13.7 million. Definitely pretty exciting. I mean, the budget is nothing to sneeze at. It's a pretty high budget. Let's not forget it's a double-edged sword. And what I mean by that is that If we look at the budget for Dead City and Daryl Dixon spin-offs, they were around 12 to 13 million dollars per episode as well. Now looking at other shows, other prominent shows, the final episode of the main show, The Walking Dead, was 3 to 6 million per episode. So comparing The Walking Dead, The Ones Who Live, to the main show, we obviously see that the quality is gonna be way higher than the main show because the budget that it got is twice as what it was for the main show. Looking at Game of Thrones final season on HBO got 15 million per episode. So that's not too far off from what The Walking Dead, The Ones Who Live, Dead City, and the Daryl Dixon are getting. It is not exactly the same, obviously, but it's around the same ballpark. And looking at the quality of Dead City and the Daryl Dixon versus Game of Thrones, it's like night and day. So that's what I mean by the budget not necessarily being a clear indication of the quality. And another example of this is Breaking Bad. Breaking Bad, which was also on AMC, got $3 to $4 million per episode budget, which is a little bit less than the final season of The Walking Dead's main series. Looking at the quality of those two, it's like night and day. And of course, we're not talking about explosions and zombies and this and that. The overall quality given that budget. And the last one we're going to talk about is The Last of Us. The Last of Us on HBO got 10 to 15 million dollars per episode, which is again around the same as The Walking Dead, The Ones Who Live, Dead City, and the Daryl Dixon spinoff. So that could be an indication that at least budget wise, they are working with the same budget, but how they use that budget is the important part. And I've said this before, but even The Last of Us didn't use its budget properly. And I know that firsthand because I was in the locations where they were filming. I saw the process of them putting everything together and building the set locations. And what I can tell you is that the budget was not used properly. There was a ton of things that they could have done, which they didn't do. There was tons of things that never made it onto the show. There were things that were wasted, that were in the background that you couldn't even see. All that is to say that the budget alone is not an indication of the quality that we're going to get for the show. But that's pretty much everything I wanted to say in this video. I'm interested to know your thoughts and opinions about everything discussed here. So share that in the comments. If you enjoyed this, smash the like button, subscribe to join our community, and press the bell to be notified when I upload on the channel. That's it for this video. See you next time for another super video.